Hello Pioneers, welcome back to another episode in our Satisfactory series. Last episode, we laid the groundwork for our factory by learning the basics of mining, smelting, and constructing intermediary components. This episode, we're stepping it up by unlocking logistics to automate further with splitters and mergers. Plus, we'll tackle our growing power needs by creating solid biofuel and unlocking the chainsaw for more efficient fuel gathering. Let's get started. Last episode, we started off our Satisfactory journey by unlocking all the stuff in Tier 0, and we built ourselves a miner, a smelter, and a constructor. This episode, we're going to go check out what goodies are available for us in Tier 1. We have access to both Tier 1 and Tier 2, and apparently we can do this in any order we choose. So we've got stuff in base building, logistics, and field research. We know all of the requirements to unlock this, so we can choose which direction we want to go. It makes sense to go in a direction that will sort of help us advance and progress. Ooh, we get access to the map in field research. Let's quickly have a look through what we have available. So in base building, it looks like we get access to a bunch of foundations. I think that'll be pretty handy in terms of structuring our base. That'd be nice to have. Logistics is obviously very important because we're going to get access to the conveyor splitter and the conveyor merger and the conveyor lift. So that'll probably help us do a lot of our logistics stuff, obviously. In Tier 2, we have parts assembly. So this is going to be, I guess, more advanced things that we need. Obstacle clearing, solid biofuel. What is that? The most energy efficient form of solid biomass. Ah, interesting. So this will be a better fuel source for us. That sounds really handy as well. I don't know how to actually get this. Jump pads and a bunch of other stuff and even higher level logistics. All right. I think we focus on stuff in Tier 1 first. And given the volumes we need a lot of this stuff, I think we should try to automate as much as we can. So currently, if we look at all our intermediaries, we can make all of these things and we're going to need them all in high volume now. So I think we should start by just creating a little starter base, kind of like this, but for all our other components as well. Now our copper's over there and our limestone is over here. So maybe we should use this area over here in the middle and start to building our base. I'm just thinking, is it reasonably easy to build miners over here and then route the limestone and the other thing over here? Or would it be better, since our limestone and copper is over here, make more sense just to move our entire base that way and just route the iron over here, which sounds a lot easier, right? Let me go ahead and do that. Start by deconstructing all our stuff. I hope I don't lose anything by doing this. All right, we've dismantled everything except for the miner Mark 1. So we'll move over to this side a little bit because that's where our copper and our limestone is. Now I still have no idea where I want to build everything, so I'm thinking maybe we'll just drop our hub here for now, because this is where our power system is. Let's just drop the hub against this rock, for example. Then we'll drop a new miner over on this side. Now we have an automatic miner for our limestone. We'll do the same thing for our copper above there. I kind of feel like running the belt down that way, but I don't think I know how to do that yet. So let me just try putting one over here. Now, obviously we need to run power and a belt back to wherever we're going to be doing all our stuff, right? So I'm not going to worry about doing this too clean at the moment, because this is just going to be a little temporary setup that we're going to put together just to get all of our basic intermediaries in high volume. So I'm going to start with just a power pole. Then we're going to run power from our miner to this power pole, and we're going to figure out how to wire this power pole back to base. So if I run a cable, let's see how far this can go. Seems like the cable can go through rocks, no problem, and can go quite far. Wow, it can even connect it all the way over here. So we might as well bring a singular power pole all the way over here, right? That makes sense. We can even connect this second miner over to this power pole, and then we can connect both of them into our biomass burners at base. I gotta remember to stop jumping off cliffs because there is fall damage. So no structure or anything at the moment. We're just building what we can where we can for now. So I do want to connect both of these into their own power pole somewhere. Oh, I guess they can both connect onto here. Should be fine. And this thing can be like one of the main power poles that run somewhere. Now we've got both our miners set up, we can see what a conveyor belt looks like when I run it out. Let's go from the more difficult resource first, which is a copper, and see how I can run that copper back over to somewhere central over here. I have no idea how these conveyor belts handle like terrain elevation and all that stuff, or do I just like run it forever and it'll just handle it all, or what? I can like, you can like kind of come out and rotate it however you like. Okay, let's just get it going. Can it go through the rock? It can go through the rock apparently. I don't know if I want it to get it to go through the rock, but let's do a reasonably clean and reasonable path to start with. Let's do one over here. And we probably want to bring it down like along this pathway over here. Alright, now we are missing some materials to do things, so we might need to set up some more basic things. We need more concrete, that's fine. Let's put some stuff in our biomass burner and make some more concrete. We do need to collect ourselves some more biomass because, yeah, this stuff isn't going to be enough. We can set up our concrete automation first because there's only a couple of things we can make with concrete at the moment. So we basically just need a conveyor belt from this machine that goes into a smelter. I believe the smelter smelts concrete. Let me just test that theory. Nope, apparently a smelter doesn't smelt concrete, so let me get rid of that. Is it an assembler that makes concrete? Something's got to be able to automatically make concrete. Let's have a look. Maybe a constructor? Yeah, a constructor can make concrete, and all we have to do is input limestone. So let me set up a new power pole for that. And I'm out of concrete to do that. So we'll grab some concrete, and we'll chuck it in here. For now, we'll just directly wire it into here, since we don't have any concrete. While that's doing that, we'll go collect some biofuel. And look at our thing go, we've got a little belt of copper coming from our copper mine, so we don't have to go visit there anymore. Alright, let's chuck some more biofuel into both of these things. All we have is wood and leaves to work with at the moment. We're powering our whole base with wood and leaves. Hopefully not for much longer. But with a little bit of concrete, we can start setting up our things. So we can get a conveyor belt to hook into here. We're missing iron plate now. Alright, so we're going to need to get some iron going as well. I still have my old portable miner with all this iron, so we can manually bring that iron into base to smelt into iron plates and things like that temporarily while we get our new base set up. It's going to take some doing, but that's okay. Going to put a new smelter down just over here temporarily for iron, and it's going to be connected into its own power system. So let me just do that real quick. We'll snap that into there and snap that into this smelter, and then we can connect this power line into this power line. We should probably fix the power lines as we go when we add new connections so it doesn't look terrible. Something like that. Now we can get that iron doing ingots for now, and we do have plenty of ingots, so we can just go manually make some plates for now, or we can also make our own assembler, is it? Yeah, I believe it's an assembler. So we should have the materials to make another assembler because I dismantled all this stuff, so there's no reason why we can't. Sorry, I keep still calling it an assembler. Sorry, too much Factorio. It's a constructor. We'll make ourselves a constructor, and our constructor can make iron plates. We'll just manually feed everything for now while we're trying to get everything together. So all the concrete that we should need is now in here. Let's just wire in the limestone over here so we don't have to worry about concrete anymore. Nope, we're still missing iron plates. That's right. Let's grab some. Temporarily use this thing for power. No, that's probably not a good idea, but it should be fine. Everything is temporary until it becomes permanent. So the way it seems it works is the belts themselves only cost 1 iron plate, but anytime you need to connect it to a conveyor pole, which I guess is a fixed length of belt, you need to add on an iron rod and some concrete as well. So it's not, the belts don't just cost the iron plate. But we'll let this thing make its iron plate for now. We will belt up this section to automate all our limestone to concrete needs, and that should be one less thing that we need to worry about. So we've got all the concrete that we could need now. Then the next thing we should do is probably bring the iron over here as well. So our iron is currently in a mine over there. We need to bring power over there and bring the iron back over here. So let me redo the power poles over here. So with the way the slots on these power poles work, it looks like we can have 3 machines connected to a power pole, and that power pole can be connected to like a mainline power pole sort of thing. What I mean by that is, for example, this power pole over here should never be connected to a machine. It should only be connected to other power poles, and that way it should always have 3 slots on it, and the power pole that connects the machines together then can just connect to any random power pole such as this one. And now my main power poles like this will always have a free slot on there, or except for this one, because this one's actually dealing with both of these machines. Theoretically, both of these machines should have their own power poles like this. But actually it should be fine. We'll just use, these 2 machines can connect to this power pole. This connects to the grid. So now I can use this power pole to run all the way over to our iron miner. Wow, they really, I don't know if this is a change in 1.0 or it's always been like this, but the distance you can run a power pole is actually insane. So again, I don't really care about aesthetics right now. I just want everything functional. So I'm just going to run this over to this and connect it like that. Now our iron miner is online again. So we should be able to bring the iron back to base. Let's see what materials we have to do that. I don't have enough plates. That's right. Fair enough. All right, we'll go back to base, see how many iron plates it's created for us. Oh, just run out of biomass. Not a big fan of this conveyor belt janky turn, but look, it's functional right now, and functional is what we're going for. I think this side is fine. So our iron related products will come in here. Our concrete is obviously there, and our copper stuff will come down from that side. Let me go collect some more biomass, and then we can start automating some more stuff. As I run around, I realize we have iron right over here as well, but that's fine. We'll use this old iron source, and we can use this new iron source. I'm sure we'll find a use for it. Alright, we're back with some more biomass. I'm hoping to get off leaf and wood power as soon as possible, but it is what it is for now. We'll just have to keep going. So we've got our iron coming in here. We'd like to build a smelter over here. So we can move this smelter that makes iron plates now. And we can move this assembler as well. So weird to line this up just like eyeballing, but I suppose it doesn't matter for now. Wow, I have to like deconstruct this entire thing. Alright, let's see if I've eyeballed this well enough. Okay, apparently I did decently. So the iron is going into this smelter, and that's going to make iron ingot. And now right after the iron ingot comes out, now iron ingot turns into 2 things. So I imagine eventually there's going to be some sort of splitter here or something maybe. But then yeah, we need to at first turn it into like iron plates, right? Because then we need that for conveyor belts and things like that. So let's do that first. We'll do a constructor. We'll give it a little bit of room. We need to set up a power pole or some sort of power system for this. We cut this long line and replace it with this. Fantastic. That's our basic iron stuff done. We probably need to automate iron rods and screws as well. So let me go ahead and do that. We probably need a second miner to do that. Let me start looking at some of the ratios. So looking at this Mark 1 miner, it pulls out iron ore at 30 per minute. If I'm reading this correctly, one smelter can smelt 1 iron ore, like 30 per minute as well. So it's 1-to-1. And then all that ingot, wait, I haven't even set that to do iron plates. All right, now this drops to 20 per minute. Okay, so it's not exactly 1-to-1, but then let's see what the excess can support. Like, can I build, if I build a second assembler over here, or constructor, sorry, and do iron rods, 15 per minute. Okay, so if I kind of split this, it'll almost satisfy, like one of these smelters will pretty much almost satisfy both these machines, which is fantastic. So I just need the splitter. Let's go have a look at what we need for the splitter, and if we're even close, we might have to manually get there this time. 150 plate, 150 rods, and 240 wire. Okay. Sorry, 300 wire, 150 of each of these. That's fine. Damn, did that go through all of my fuel already? That was so fast. Alright, back to harvesting fuel. It's going to be a fun game loop for a little while until we can figure out a better source of power. Alright, we're back with more fuel. Hopefully that'll last us another 5 minutes. Oh wait, only our wood ran out. I understand what happened. Okay, that's fine. So we've got power. We're probably going to have to manually load this thing to do iron rods for a little bit, but that's fine. Let's hook this up into our power system. Alright, so now we got this thing automatically constructing iron rods. Well, automatically in the sense that I'm feeding it iron ingot. We got this one doing the plates, which is fantastic. So we're going to need 150 plates, 150 rods, and we might as well start automating our copper wires as well, since we've got our copper coming down over here. I know it's going to be using up some of our plates, but you know, you gotta make money, you gotta spend money to make money, right? Or in this case, you gotta spend your resources to automate creation of more resources. Alright, our copper stuff can go over here. These buildings are all massive, by the way. That's why I'm leaving so much room for expansion. I just kind of want to centralize everything a little bit, but ultimately we're going to leave a lot of room for expansion. So we'll just do the copper somewhere like here, and then we need obviously constructors for the copper as well, I'm guessing. Now we're running out of cables and stuff. Fun. Alright, let's just get the ore smelted first, or into ingots first. Look at how janky these conveyor belts can get. You can literally just pipe them however you want, and the game will just sort of figure it out. Alright, we need some power over here as well. To a main power line somewhere here, and then we'll do a secondary power line, because I know there's going to be more machines over here. So this one can connect to this one. Oh, I'm missing cables already. Alright, fine. Let me go quickly make some more cables. I think I have some spare copper on me. Fantastic. That's the copper stuff done. Let's see what we're missing to make the actual constructor. We're just missing reinforced concrete. Fair enough. Well, we have our regular concrete over here. We haven't done anything to make reinforced concrete yet. We got so much concrete. How do I take like a little bit of it? I don't want like 139. Alright, fine. I'll take 139. How does inventory work in this game? It looks like it's just one stack per thing. Is it just forever? I have no idea. Guess we'll find out as our inventory gets full. We need to make ourselves some reinforced concrete so we can make some more buildings. Sorry, reinforced iron plate. It's basically iron plate and screws. Oh, I thought that required concrete. My bad. It looked like a concrete related item, but it's actually a reinforced iron plate, which is just iron plate and screws. Still learning all the recipes, and bear with me. Look at this verticality on this ramp. It's so disgusting. Hilarious. Alright, so I've selected the wire for this recipe over here. So this should now, once I connect it to power, function perfectly fine for automating our wires. And that's the basics of the 3 things that we need automated. We'll keep adding to this as we need it. We want to basically automate every single recipe we have available to us at the moment, like screws and all that stuff. So we'll just slowly work our way towards that. But first we need splitters. Without splitters, we can't really do too much. Let's have a look at how our power's doing with all these extra buildings now. So yeah, our 2 biomass burners can produce 40 megawatts and we're consuming 40. So to expand this infrastructure, we're going to need more biomass burners. So let me start figuring out how to set that up as well. So we did unlock this at the end of our tutorial last episode, and it doesn't require anything crazy. We just need more iron plate. While I'm waiting for everything to slowly construct itself, I might as well go and, well, the game is forcing me to, but I was going to say I might as well go harvest some more biomass. Hey look, I found all these wood on the ground. You can pick up these sticks and that gives you a lot of wood. I know wood is a lot denser of a biosource, like a biofuel than leaves are. So it's good to get some wood. I can at least fuel one of my bio things with wood and one of them with leaves. Very curious to go into this green death and explore what's actually there, but I don't really want to die right now. Now I'm going to chuck all my wood into this one. and all my leaves into this one. Hopefully that'll last us more than 5 minutes. Now we're very close to unlocking this logistics milestone. I just need 3 more wire. So let's go ahead and do that first and get ourselves access to splitters. Alright, let's chuck in our 150 plates, 150 rods, and our wire. Is this a new thing? What is this? This is different from our tutorial. Let's hit the button. Milestone unlocked, logistics, new...
Conveyor belts can now merge, split, and lift to save space and enhance the productivity of your factory. Fixit encourages you to consider investing in verticality when it comes to factory logistics. If you feel stressed by this complexity, imagine yourself on the shore of a vast and calm ocean. Breathe in, visualize all the people relying on you. The sea is made of billions of faces, each staring at you with hope and tears in their eyes. Breathe out, feel refreshed and focused on your duties.
Wow, apparently Ada's a relaxation therapist now as well. Okay, fine. We've got our logistics, we've got our conveyor, splitter, and our merger. Let's go test it out. So what I want to do is take the iron ingot that's coming out of here, put it through a splitter, and split it into here and here at the same time, so that we have our rods and our plates fully automated. So let's see how we can do that. We go to logistics, and we've got our conveyor splitter. So we can shove it into our... Can we put it onto our existing belts or not? No. But then it looks like it splits kind of like out the sides and out the front. So we can do a 1 to 3 split. Interesting. So we should put it somewhere, or maybe we should just like reorder some of this stuff. That makes a lot more sense to me. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. And let's get rid of this belt. So essentially we want our thing that comes out of our smelter to go into the splitter. The splitter is absolutely huge. Oh, that's not right. Invalid belt shape. It finally doesn't like it. Let's see if I can align this better by control snapping or something. How do I bind this to one of my hotkeys? I have no idea. I'll figure that out at some point. Okay, so I can bind this sort of along its path, which I believe is a good idea. So if I put that there like this, then that should definitely go in, right? That should be like a straight belt. For the first time in my life, I made a straight belt in Satisfactory. How do they expect me to make a satisfying factory when there's like no grid or anything to align to or snap to at the start? I'm sure I'll find out once I get the foundations and stuff. But now this thing can come out 3 ways. We can get one to come out straight, one to come out to the right, and then if there's other stuff, it can go out to the left. Although at the moment, I don't anticipate needing it to go out to the left, but let's just do 2 for now. We'll get one constructed directly in front of it. Can I get this to snap in line again? That does not look like it's in line, but I'll trust the game. And apparently then we can just belt that one in. And if we just do another one, say over here, now we can get this one to come out from this side. Can we do like a 90-degree turn like this? Oh, that's cool. You can kind of do 90-degree turns, and it even aligns a little bit. Oh, that's mad. So you can get it to come out like this and say like line up this way. Then it can go up like that, and that looks slightly clean. It's not super clean looking. Let's see what it looks like from here. Yeah, I guess this kind of looks organized in some way. Now, where was the power pole all this was connected to? Let's connect it all back up again. I think it was this one. Have to reconfigure the recipes. So one of these is making iron plate, and one of these is making iron rods. I suppose a third one can make screws, but I don't think that makes sense because I think these 2 machines consume the entire belt of iron at the moment. Now, I can't tell if these conveyor belts will eventually be able to carry more things. I think it does because I'm seeing a gap in between. I'm not sure. How do we read if a conveyor belt can carry like a certain amount of things? 60 resources per minute. Ah, okay, fair enough. That means it can support 2 mines and we can all get this going off 1 belt. Fantastic. We don't have to tap into our new mine yet. So the next thing that I really want to unlock is better fuel, because I can't be running around powering everything off leaves. So we might skip some stuff in level 1 and go straight into level 2, I have a feeling this obstacle clearing thing is what we want to do next. But unfortunately, we're not automatically making any of this stuff in obstacle clearing except for the concrete. So we need to automate these two things first. So unfortunately, we will need to build a new biomass burner for now. But I'm sure it'll come in handy, so it's not a waste of our time or anything. So let's grab some more plates. We'll build another biomass burner. We'll put a line of them in the back there maybe, and I'm sure we're going to need more than just the one, right? As our factory expands, we're going to need more and more power. Oh, these ones can directly take an input of some sort. Amazing. All right, I see. Uh-oh. We've created a problem for the natural biomass on this planet. This little whale thing is stuck. I have no idea what to call any of these creatures. This whale looking creature is stuck on our machine. I don't know if there's any detrimental side effects for our machine. Seems to be fine for now, so we'll just let it be stuck or whatever. But we got all our wires that we need over here, so we can make cables and wires and whatnot, and we can make our biomass burner over here. Now, I know it has an input. I have no idea what to do with that input for now, so I'm just gonna just snap this to something. Apparently I can snap it to this thing. We're just gonna build it like this for now. Doesn't really matter, I guess, because I have no idea what to do with it, but I'm sure one day we'll be able to figure out how to automate this. But for now, we just need it connected to a power pole. And just in time for our grid to shut down. Fantastic. We will need to chuck some more leaves and wood and everything. Everything's run out. We're going to have to do a little bit of a run. Be right back. Oh, look at this. A slug. What is this? E to pick up a blue power slug. I'm sure that sounds very, very useful. I just got an achievement. Yep, gather a power slug. I have no idea what that means.
Seems to persist entirely through absorbing and storing energy from its surroundings. Studying this could provide new methods for improving fix-it production line efficiency. Store this potential resource for later use.
I wonder if the power slug can help solve our power situation in any way, shape, or form. But at the moment, I'm not going to worry about it too much. I just need to grab some more biomass to burn. I feel like my immediate surroundings is actually running out of leaves and stuff to pick up. Does it respawn? Oh, scared me. It's our Santa doggo again. All right, brought back 600 leaves, so let's chuck some into our new biomass burner. How do I split this like half stacks? I have no idea what the commands are yet, but that's fine. We're going to need a whole lot more stuff to support all our new machines. So I want to get this new stuff automated, like screws and things like that. So let me put down a new miner over there. I know I have a hand miner, but I actually need another automatic miner. There's another power slug on this cliffside now that I know what these are. We're not going to worry about that right now because we don't know what they actually do. Let's pick up our old portable miner, then we will chuck down a new automatic miner on this side. Alright, with our miner down, we need to merge this belt into this belt. So let's see how that might work. I'm just going to bring a belt over here for now. We're going to cut this belt. Now we're going to use our brand new lovely splitters and mergers. I believe this will be a merger this time. And we should be able to, yep, that's 3 things into one. So we'll just position it something like this, give it plenty of room to do stuff. Something like that, I think. And then that should go straight in, and then I should be able to like 90 degree this in somehow. It kind of does it by itself. Now we've got 2 belts of iron merged together. I do need new power for this though. There we go. Now we have 2 iron miners merging into this, and we just have to get this tacked back into our old system, and we should have double the iron throughput now. Fantastic. Why is that not moving? Oh, it is moving, just very, very slowly. All right, awesome. Now there's a reason we needed that, and that is because we need another assembler over here now to make our screws. Keep saying assembler. I promise you guys I will get the names of this stuff right one day. Missing more refined, reinforced iron plate. That's what I'm missing. And to make reinforced iron plate, I need more screws. Okay, that's not a problem. Alright, now we can build our new constructor. We'll put it in line with our old constructors like this. And then we will belt out of our merger over here. We are missing iron plate. That's fine. Should have plenty of iron plates in here. Oh, but with a full belt of iron, I don't think our one smelter can actually keep up with that anymore, can it? So we do need a second smelter as well. That's right, because this one smelter is producing enough for these two, or barely enough for these two, but it can't process a full belt of this. So let's get our second smelter as well. And for now, our second smelter will just feed this thing until I can figure out what else I need to do with iron. But we need to get this split out as well. We'll just cut this belt for now, and we'll redo it. I'm going to put my splitter right in the middle because I don't think we're going to need to split this belt of iron any further into 3 things because it can only, well, one of these can smelt half a belt of iron and this looks like a full belt now. So it will only ever need to go into 2. So we'll just get 1 going that way and 1 going that way. No need to be pretty right now. We just need to get everything going. We obviously need power for this new system. So let me get that hooked up. I know the power system's not exactly pretty right now either, but it is what it is for now until I can clean it all up. I'm sure the more tech that we get, the better we can clean all this stuff up eventually. So let's set the recipes. We're going to get that one to do iron. We're going to get this one to do screws. And that is another component of our thing done. Oh man, this is not just to do screws. Our screws are made out of rods. Okay, fair enough. So we need the rods. We need the rods into screws. Okay, fine. So we need to make rods first. Then we need another one of these to turn the rods into screws. Fair enough. This is going to take a lot of power, but that's fine. And yes, speaking of power, we just ran out of power. Let me make some more iron plates and then we'll go and harvest some more wood and leaves and such. Alright, with that I can make another constructor, so we'll make another one and line it up with this one. I think that's lined up, though it looks visually really weird. Shove that in there. Now we can configure this one to make screws. So this one's going to turn our iron ore into iron ingots. This is going to turn it into rods, and then it's going to get turned into screws. Fantastic. All right, I'm going to go find some more biofuel and turn everything back on again. All right, looking at our power system, we've turned it back on again, chucked a bunch of leaves and sticks in there. Our capacity is at 70, so we're still okay. But we have automated our screws, which is fantastic. So we have almost all the components automated for the next thing that we're trying to get, which is obstacle clearing. And I'm hoping that obstacle clearing will help us out a little bit with our power problem, where we don't have to keep harvesting leaves and stuff. We will need to manually make some cable for now, unless I do the same setup over here and turn all of this stuff into cable as well. I'm not sure if I should do that. Maybe we should. We have the capacity for it, so why not? Let me go make another couple of iron plates then. Then at least we have all our basics automated, right? We'll do one more constructor in line with this one. Our factory is so messy, our auto alignment thing doesn't know how to line everything up properly anymore. That's fine. I swear this is all temporary, as every engineer has ever said, until it all becomes permanent and forever. But anyway, that should turn the wire into cable. And we should have a spare plug over here to connect that into. Fantastic. Now we'll take some of these wires out for first. Let's have a look at the speed at which this happens, because I don't want all my wire turning into cable, right? So our wire is created at 15 per minute, and our cable is created at, oh, it needs 60 wire per minute. Okay, this is going to turn all our wire into cable, so we definitely need a separate machine to make the wire. So we might need to move our smelter back and fix all that up at some point, but for now I don't really need the wire. So I'm going to let it all do its construction. We're going to check up on all our machines. How's our screws doing? We have 4 screws because it has no power. Hey, did I not connect this to power this whole time? Fantastic, good work. I swear I connected it to power somewhere. Okay. Now it's going to make screws. Great. Now I'm sure I'm going to need to harvest some more bio stuff before all this gets completed. So I'm going to go for one more run and we'll be back when all our 500 screws are done. Now, as I've anticipated, our factory shut down long before our 500 screws are down, but luckily, while I was waiting for the screws, I had gone and picked up plenty more leaves. A lovely leaf-powered factory is soon due for a big upgrade. But right now, we just need to shove in some more leaves and some more wood. Hopefully, after we unlock this thing, it'll teach us how to make better fuel, so we don't have to run around harvesting leaves all the time. But yeah, we got 76 screws at the moment, so maybe we can take some of the rods from this thing. It's full of 200 rods at the moment, so we can take the rods out of this thing and help it out a little bit. Is this thing too fast? It needs 10 rods per minute, and this thing produces 15 per minute. It's not too fast, it's actually fine. Yeah, everything's in ratio, but it's just slow, that's all. So I'm going to help it out by making the 500 screws. I can make 800 by hand, so why not? Why wait around and do nothing while our leaf power slowly drains away when we can help it out a bit? I know crafting things by hand is not the name of the game, but this early stage in the game, when we haven't even gotten all the tools we need to automate our base, we're going to have to do some stuff jankily and dirtily like this. Alright, that's our 500 screws done. Let's go check on our copper cables. We've got 76, so we'll just manually craft the last couple as well. Our automation's done okay. It's not very fast at the moment, that's the only problem. But this is just a nice chill, relaxed run. It's not a speed run. We can just do things slowly. There's no time pressure in this game, I feel like. It's not like Factorio where the aliens on the planet are getting stronger and stronger and they're about to come and kill you. So let's chuck this in and unlock our obstacle clearing thing. We've got new equipment, new parts, and our player has been upgraded.
Solid biofuel, created from any biomass, ensures maximum efficiency of biomass burners. To aid in biofuel production, the chainsaw allows for the removal of tougher wood and coral foliage. Additionally, your pocket dimension has been inflated to increase inventory size. Inspirational note: will you be the Fix-It Employee of the Month? You could be if you construct, automate, explore, and exploit by eliminating all obstacles to efficiency. This isn't just fun, it's contractually mandated fun, fun, fun.
I love contractually mandated fun. Anyway, yes, I plan to do all that, Ada. Just relax, alright? We're on the same page here. No need to be all sarcastic. I like the increased inventory size. That's fantastic. Now we can make biomass, leaves, biomass, wood, and solid biofuel. So we can turn any of our stuff into biomass and then turn the biomass into solid biofuel eventually. And that should be much more dense than the rest of like all the other stuff, right? Well, that's how I'm understanding it anyway. Let's make ourselves that chainsaw first. So when I rebuilt my stuff, I didn't rebuild the equipment workshop, so let me just quickly do that. I don't think it matters where I build it. Chainsaw. What do we need to make a chainsaw? We need 5 reinforced iron plate, sure, 160 screws, and some cable. Cool, all stuff I've already automated. Let me put those together. Is there a way to pin recipes? No. Alright, I'm just gonna have to remember this recipe. Let's make our 6 plates first. We need some screws and some plates. Still need more screws and some cables. Alright, that's everything we need for the chainsaw, so let's make one. Now, if we hit tab, we should be able to grab that chainsaw and put it in our hands. Fantastic. And now we need... wait, what is this R? Switch to single mode. Area mode? What? Alright, cool. So, I think it said we needed solid biofuel to power our chainsaw somehow. Does it just use the solid biofuel in our inventory, or how does it work? How do I put solid biofuel into you? Let's just make some. We have leaves, so let's craft the leaves into biofuel. Let's just make all of it into solid biofuel for now. So we're gonna make 124 solid biofuel. Whoa, it takes forever to make. Yeah, as soon as we have solid biofuel, it just starts up our chainsaw. Fantastic. It's taking forever to make the solid biofuel, so I'm not gonna keep sitting here making it. I just got enough to get this chainsaw going and see what it can do. Let's do single mode. So lets me cut down a tree, which barely gives me anything. That doesn't sound very good. What? How is this helpful? I thought this would give me like a bunch of wood. Let's try area mode. How does area mode work? Let's go over where there's like more than one tree, I guess. Oh yeah, I see how this works. So we just need like a denser forest of trees and it will give me a lot of wood. Alright, cool. With all this wood, that's going to keep everything powered for a really long time. Alright, fantastic. Now, how much of my solid biofuel are you actually using up? We started off with 24, I think, and it's used up a little bit. Alright, fantastic. Nice, I like this. We got so much wood and leaves. Well, we're getting less leaves now. We're getting mostly wood. And wood is much denser than leaves, so I assume that's better. There we go. We got 384 wood and like nearly 800 leaves. Let's figure out the process we need to turn all of that into solid biofuel, and then we'll get it to feed into our power plants automatically now. And we can at least solve one of our problems, which is power. So let's try putting some solid biofuel into this now. How is it for power compared to other stuff? Let's have a look. One solid, 4 per minute. Alright, that's a lot better, right? 100 megajoules. Solid biofuel is 450 megajoules. Okay, it's so much better than wood. So we're going to figure out how to make this stuff. Let's have a look. We're going to need more. I assume it's going to be done in a constructor. It's not going to be done in a smelter, right? Let's just do it over here where there's space. Okay, so both of these make biomass, and then one of them needs to turn it into solid biofuel. So it's going to look something like this. We're going to need to put biomass from leaves, and we're going to need 2 of these, basically. Let me set all that up, and then we'll see how that looks. I think what I've built here is my first actual semi-extendable / automated system. So all I have to do is shove leaves in here, shove wood into here, then it should, in theory, turn all of that into biomass, and that biomass will all go into this machine, which will turn it into solid biofuel. That solid biofuel then will come out over here. It will go into this splitter, and then it will go left and right into 2 biomass burners. Then, in theory, I should be able to, when I need more power, extend this system outwards and build more on the left and right. Now, of course, I'm going to hit a wall over here at some point, but that's fine. We'll solve that when it comes to it. Let's have a look at the moment. This thing's got 18 solid biofuel in it. And this one has now just wood in it. But if I remove the wood, now it's got solid biofuel in it. Fantastic. We can put the wood back in over there. It was a bit full. We can enhance this system by putting some storage chests in the back. Now, I have no idea in terms of like the volumes, whether I need like more of these machines or whatnot, but I think this will be okay for now. I might just add 2 more biofuel machines at the moment so that we have enough power to power our actual system down there. So for now, I'm just going to extend on this system. Building, I'm either building wrong or like I just feel like it's really hard to build things in a line at the moment because yeah, it's just so difficult to line things up in any sort of way, shape or form. Like I just want another splitter here, right? So theoretically I just do something like that. Then that can go over here. Now I'm probably leaving way too much space in between these machines, but like I find the biomass machine really hard to line up. I kind of have to like put my back against this thing where I want it to go and kind of eyeball it, because I don't know why the control snapping thing doesn't line up when there are other machines there. It kind of gets confused, I think. So I kind of want it lined up like this, right? And if I hit control, oh yeah, it kind of is okay with this one this time, but then on this side, it doesn't like it. I can't get the control snapping to work at all. So I just kind of have to eyeball it, but I don't have the materials to build that right now. So let me just quickly go and sort that out. So here's how I'm building it. You guys can tell me in the comments if I'm doing it completely wrong, but basically I'm just turning my back towards it and then just eyeballing it like this. But it seems to be reasonably okay as long as I can route the conveyor belt into it, right? And that should, yep. As expected, the splitter is now automatically routing the fuel into these biomass burners, and now I have 4 fully automated biomass burners, and I just have to make sure that these 2 machines in the back have leaves and have wood in them. Oh, the leaves are already all gone. Amazing. We'll chuck some more leaves in there, and we'll chuck some more wood in here. Now, whether this biomass, whether this thing can produce enough biofuel to keep all 4 fully satisfied all the time, I have no idea. In terms of power connection, I just need to keep building new power poles at every single one of these splitters and connecting it. But if this doesn't work, we can always just adjust the system with more machines, right? So now we have enough power on this grid to hopefully satisfy our old system. We have 120 capacity, which is fantastic, and it's extendable. So we should be able to... which thing can we use to extend the grid? It will always have to be the last power pole. So maybe I'll just add an extra power pole and then we can extend it off this thing. Yeah, you can just borrow into this grid, part of the grid. Now it doesn't like that. What happened? Our capacity is 160 megawatts and we're consuming 50. It should be fine, right? Unless you are not getting enough fuel. You've got 12 fuel in you. You've got 8 fuel in you. You've got 53 fuel in you. Okay. I think we should be okay. Everything is producing again, and I think we've got all our basics automated, including a much more sustainable source of power. Now, I still need to go out and harvest wood and stuff, but the amount of wood and leaves I harvest with a chainsaw is a lot easier than what I have to do by hand. So we've definitely made some significant progress this episode. We've automated a lot of our intermediaries like wires and cables and iron plates and iron rods, as well as the screws. And we've also made our power system a lot more reliable and a lot less manual handle required. So I think we'll leave it here for this episode, and we will continue with our factory next episode, where we will unlock other things like foundations and things like that, where we can actually structure our factory properly. At the moment, it is a complete mess with everything just everywhere. So if you don't want to miss out on that, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.